crafting show. It's pretty unique. We're going to touch on all of those disciplines. However, we're going to be showing you and offering the products that have been most requested since we started doing these online shopping shows. So I'm already in the space. I'm already in Madame So's creative space. I think you can tell kind of, yeah, how inspiring this place is. Yeah, it's been really busy this week over here. There were some painters doing some sort of community mural work, and then the last couple of days has been like a top secret kind of Hollywood project that I'm not allowed to talk about. Anyway, I have to clear out today a little early, but I think I'm going to take my time, hoping that I can bump into these celebrities. You know what I mean? Madame So Space. This is not her sewing room. Her sewing room is actually all the way down the hall there. You make a right. It's her own private space. She's got her own entrance, and we like to give her the respect that she has requested. So right now I'm kind of sitting down at my space here. We've got a lot to cover. So I guess I just want to welcome all the new viewers from YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. Thanks so much for joining us. It really makes us feel quite special. But I will say, if you want to take advantage of the live shopping experience and add stuff to your cart and what have you, you might want to watch this on Madame So, but you have until midnight. So I'm going to dive in. We do have a lot to cover. First, I want to talk about, usually I tell you what the discount codes are, what the discount is, what the offer is. And so it's a little bit different today. So let me just pull in this so I can sort of explain. We're doing a tiered ladder discount. So you don't have to take notes, because what we're going to do is we're going to post this in the comments throughout the entire show. And once in a while, we'll stop and let you check your cart to see sort of where you're up to and what code you should be using. So for instance, this is a discount tiered ladder system, right? So if you're spending between $0 and $35, you get 10% off using Live 10. And then so on and so forth. $35 to $55, 20% off using Live 20. $55 to $75, 30% off using Live 30, $75 to $95, 40% off using Live 40, and anything over $95, you get 50% off using Live 50. All of these codes, again, are good from now until midnight Eastern Standard Time, and today is September 20th. All right? So there's that. And then lastly, free shipping for the orders that are $50 and over. So get yourself up to $50 and over, you'll get free shipping on top of all these really cool and generous discount codes. So right now then, I'm going to sort of walk you through the process. You all said that this was kind of helpful. I'm going to show you how to add stuff to your cart and where to add the codes, all right? So hold on. Let me see what's going on here. Great. Okay, all the way on the right will be live comments, all right? So basically, I'm just waiting for the products to come up, and then I'll show you how to add to your cart. And if for whatever reason this is not going to happen, yeah, my internet's really good, so I'm not sure what's going on, but it's stalling. Hopefully you guys aren't having that problem, you know what I mean? All right, I'm actually going to, I think I should get started. Oh, no, here we go. All right, so for instance, I am going to hit the I'll hit this one, the basket, okay? So this is an accessory. It's a new thing that we're gonna show you today. Now I'm gonna go all the way down to the bottom there, and you'll see add to cart, allows me to. Now what's happened is you can see that it's gone from a 3 section screen to 1, and that is because we've been transported to Madame So for the actual checkout. Once again, hopefully you can, all the way on the bottom right, it says, all right. Cool. And now it says discount code or gift card. So I'm at $17.93. So I'm going to go ahead and put in live 10 and hit apply. Now, when I hit apply, you see that it's adjusted for the 10%. So now what you want to do is you want to go back to the left, and that's all your contact information, which will bring you to shipping and payment. How about that? Cool. So now we're back on our regular screen, and we'll be able to start. So the first thing I want to do is talk about, let me just flip this here. So our first product is the Pegboard starter kit. We're really proud about this. It's an organizing tool for sewers, crafters, and quilters. This is one unit. So basically, this is the starter kit. And the reason I'm sort of stressing that is because we are selling now accessories for this. But I want to show you what you get if you buy the starter kit. All right. So these are 11 by 11 in the starter kit. You get 4 of those, and you get some mounting brackets that go on the drywall or whatever. We have nails, we have cement nails that will make that agreeable for your purposes. So here we have what is the starter kit, okay? So in the starter kit, you get 4 of these 11 by 11s with the braces. That means if you decide to form it the way that I did here, it'd be 22 by 22, but you can also use these separately. Maybe you only want 1 square by your sewing station, 1 by your ironing station. It's totally up to you the way that you want to put that together. So you get 4 of those basic squares. Then you get 2 long boxes, which are right here. So 2 of these long boxes. Hold on one second. There we go. 2 of those. Then you get 2 clear with lids right here. 2 clear, and they have lids that slide on and off to keep the dust off of those, whatever you put in there. Then you have 1 square, which is right here, and then we get into the clips. So you have a 3-piece set of C-hooks, which are right here. You can see how generous these are, right? They're very wide. So those are very good. And then you have 2 of the clips. Hold on one second. Let me just show you the clips. The clips are right here, okay? So you get 2 of those. This is great for like an ironing rest or any kind of floppy piece of material, or maybe one of these. Maybe it's good for stuff like that, an ironing cloth, let's say. So that is the extent of the Pegboard starter set, which is $59.99. So $59.99 already, that means you're up for 30% off using Live 30. Okay, so that's kind of how it works. Just keep track of what's going into your cart, see what the value of your cart is, and that will determine which of the live discounts that you'll want to use upon checkout. Isn't that cool? So that takes care of the actual starter kit. But now I'm going to show you. All of the different accessories. So these are what is sold individually. All right. 1, the 11 by 11 with the brackets. So one of these goes for $15.99. You can buy as many or as little as you want. Just buy the 1, or go ahead and buy 8. I think it would look cool, like all in a row, maybe 8 or 10 in a row. Right across your wall could look really cool. But that, again, that's totally up to you and how you want to put it together, what suits your needs. So the 11 by 11 is $15.99. Then we have the basket, which is, I think the basket is really cool. Can't wait to show you that. So here, I already put something in it, but so here's the basket. You can see that it is literally a basket. So when this goes up on the wall, right, you can see what's in it. I just have scrap bundles. So really, these are just scraps that you would use maybe to make doll clothes or embellishments on other garments or whatever. So that's what I have in here because you can clearly see through it. So the basket is about 10 inches by 4.5 by 4.5. And that goes for, the basket goes for $17.93. So $17.93, and then depending on your threshold, you might end up with 50% off of that. So I don't know, but I like this basket a lot. I think it's really cool. In addition to the basket, we have the long, right? And the long is right here, as you see here. The long is 11 by 3.5 by 1, and that goes for $8.57. So again, buy as many or as little as you want to fill in. I'll tell you what I use the long one for. I like to put sort of spray cans, maybe starch or something like this, my linen brush, anything that has height to it. And I try to position it on the board so that the height of whatever you're putting on this little shelf isn't going to interfere with whatever you have going on above it. But that's kind of what I use them for, but other people might use them for spools where you can just see the color of the spool peeking up over the rim of this. So anyway, that's the long, which I told you already goes for $8.57. Then we have the 3-compartment box, which is a new item for us. It does not come with the starter kit, but you can see that. So this is really good for stuff like, I don't know, maybe cutters, pencils, scissors, anything like that, because they would be peeking up the top. So at least you can see what's in here. So I think scissors and cutters maybe is the better idea for this. But the 3-compartment box is $7.79. And then we have one that has a lid. So this is a clear storage box with a lid, as you can see right up here. So the clear storage box with a lid, obviously, that's good for like peanut M&Ms. See, you can see right through it. You know that they're there, and there's something to cover the dust, so your peanut M&Ms stay dust-free. So that's what I would use the clear storage box with lid for, and that, my friends, goes for $7.79 as well. So $7.79 for the clear box with lid. Then we get into the square. This one's kind of this is as basic as you can get. It's essentially this one here. It has no lid. It's not see-through. It's just basically it's just a container, a square container. This is not quite as high as the 3 compartments, so this would be good for, let's say, fabric markers, pencils, pens, any other kind of markers that you might have. It'll clear the top enough that you'll be able to discern what is actually in here. So this one, which is the basic square, is $7.01. $7.01. And somebody's sending me a little note that says excellent, and so I mean thank you. So after that one we have something new, that is the Pegboard spool. So I'm just going to take the Pegboard is the spool shelf, but I'm going to take this out and kind of show you what I would use it for. So basically it goes onto the wall like this. In my particular case, I do a lot of photo shoots, so I use a lot of different kinds of tape that kind of help things stand up and at angles that I think are best for photographing. So I would probably use this for my rolls of tape, but you can also use it for, you know, different kinds of tape that have to relate exactly for sewing, like ruler tapes and stuff like that. That's perfect for this. And then I would probably use the top shelf for my my favored spool and bobbins that I've already kind of I've used the spool huggers, the bobbin holders, and the bobbin clamps. So I think this is a lovely little platform for something like that. But I'm really crazy about this. I think it's really cool. And again, it's the only pegboard that I know of that's actually designed for sewers and quilters. So something like this is really, really kind of cute, and I think goes a long way. So the spool shelf is $13.25. And now we get into the last items here, and that is their clips. So all of the clips, as I showed you, the flat clips is a 2-pack. They're right here. So this is a 2-pack of these flat clips. And the size on those, if I'm not mistaken, is 1 by 3. So these are 1 by 3 high, and it's a box of 2, and that goes for $5.45. I hope you're keeping a running tally. And then we have the C-hooks. So the C-hooks are a set of 3. I believe those are the ones I showed you there. Yeah. Yeah, they're very generous in terms of space. So if whatever you're putting on here, if it's wide, if it's deep, then you're lucky it's going to fit. If this was any smaller, you'd be challenged, I guess, on what you could put. Paintbrushes, anything like that, absolutely. But anything that's thicker, you're going to need a C hook to sort of have the room to get it on there. So the C hook set of 3, right, is I'm going to say $467 for the set of 3. And then lastly, we have the D hooks, which you have not seen yet. The D hooks are smaller. So they work for smaller things that have small holes in it. But you can see, I'm going to have to open this for you so you get a really good size presentation. But this comes in a set of 5, and you can see how much smaller they are than the C clips. So these are the D clips. A set of 5 is $545. So $545 for a set of 5 of the D clips. At the moment, that's our line of accessories that go with the pegboard wall, but we're very, very excited about it. And this is the first opportunity that we get to share it with you on the live streaming, live shopping show. So we definitely wanted to get that in there. So I know that I kind of did a speed through of it. However, all of those products are listed on the left, so you can sort of check back for sizes, check back for pricing, and that way you can sort of put together a plan for what you envision as your pegboard system. Okay, so yeah, have fun with that. You know what I mean? It's like an erector set or something, or Lincoln logs. You know, you get to make whatever you want with the parts that are available to you. So I'm going to proceed because now we're going to get into some fun. You know what I'll do? I'll put this up here. And that way we can keep referring to it. How's that? Good? Cool. All right. All right. So now we are going to do permanent fabric markers. So let me show you what that's going to entail. Here we have permanent fabric markers. All right. So I believe it's a set of 12. Yeah, it's 12. I don't know why I didn't know that right off the top of my head. I have like 3 packs of these already. Yeah, so I'm going to show you how to use the permanent fabric markers. As the name suggests, when you put this on fabric, canvas, or other types of materials like that, it's permanent. So you can wash it and it will not come out, and it's fade resistant as well. What I'm going to do is I am going to draw something for you, and I'm going to use this quilt frame. This is our small quilt frame, which is 11 by 11. It comes in this cute little storage bag. It comes in these parts, but I'm going to show you how easy it is to put together. So basically, check it out, right? That's it. You do that a few times. Now just this last one. And you have, essentially you have an embroidery ring, but it's a quilting frame, and it works on the same premise, all right? So I have that. Let me just take these off. That's what's going to make the fabric taut, are these little cuffs. Sorry about that. These little cuffs right here. So I'm going to take those off, and then I'm going to put a tote bag on here, which is what I'm going to work with first. So I've got a tote bag, and I'm going to go ahead and put the frame in the tote bag. Okay. And now I'm just going to I'm going to let you watch from above. Hold on. Just sort of square that out a little bit. Not bad, okay. Yeah, that's cool. You can see what's going on. So now it's the cuffs I was telling you about, right? I'm just gonna go ahead. I'm not gonna be too fussy about it at the moment. I'll show you why in a second. But go ahead, put the cuffs on. And then what I like to do to make it taut is I roll the cuffs outward. So see that? I roll them outward, and it makes it really pretty taut. Cool. So I did cut out a little pattern, and then I just drew it on very lightly with a pencil. And now I'm gonna go ahead and draw with my permanent fabric markers. Okay. Let's see. I'm not going to tell you what it is. I mean, you're going to know really soon enough, and I bet you some of you already know what this is, because you might have been drawing this since you were like 5. I don't know. Okay, I'm going to let that sit for a second and get another color. Isn't that cute? Yeah, I think if you didn't know what it was, I'm sure you know what it is now. You know, I can't really keep a secret, can I? Although, let me do it this way so that it's no longer upside down for you, because I think I can do the rest of it now. Check it out. Maybe a yellow, I would call it a beak, right? And then some beautiful green eyes for this new owl friend of mine. Now, you see that, folks? It could be as simple, really as simple as that. And then what you would want to do is just, I guess I'll hit it with an iron right now. Hold on, let me plug that in. Plug in my iron. And I'll go ahead and take it off here. So basically that's it. So you can wash this now, and it's not going to come off of your tote bag, which is wonderful. But I'm going to go ahead and use something I'm going to show you in a second, but I might as well show you now. No, you know what? I'm going to use like a parchment paper. Actually, I'll turn it inside out. All right, so I'm going to hit this from behind. I've turned it inside out. And, you know, I'm not sure if it's necessary to hit it, but again, with a little bit of heat, but why not, right? If it's going to increase your chances of everything, yeah, this is warm enough. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that. Right now, I'm on the back side. I've turned the inside out, right? Doesn't take long, really just a few seconds. And you're good to go. You're good to go. I've got my little owl tote now. Huh? Kind of cute, right? I know it's kind of cute, but this is, I have to show you, I think I have a really good idea. So when I was shopping for fabrics for today's show, and I was looking for things to do with the permanent fabric markers, I saw this giant, hold on now. This is toile. You all know toile, right? You know, these fancy pastoral scenes, but this is a black and white fabric. And so I thought, whoa, this is perfect for fabric markers. And basically, if you can buy any black and white fabric pattern, and then have kids use it like a coloring book, and they can make their own book bags, their own cushions, throw cushions. So it's these things are so much fun to begin with. The permanent fabric markers, you know, you can write on canvas, sneakers and everything. But this was going one step further. I thought, like, why not do this? Have kids use fabric as a coloring book. And then do whatever they want with it. I also found this, like, this is just a regular tote bag that's black and white that you could also use as a coloring book. So kids, I think, could have a lot of fun with this. And I was pleased as punch to having found this piece of toile so that I could do that for you. Isn't that fun? All right, so let me tell you what I just showed you and what those prices are. So the small quilt frame, the small quilt frame is $16.99, and then of course whatever percentage off you qualify for. Then we have the permanent fabric markers, which are $15.99 for the set of 12, $15.99 for 12 vibrant permanent fabric markers. Yeah, pretty cool, right? I mean, there's so much to be done with it. I think that you and your friends and family will have a blast coming up with all sorts of things to do with that. Now, let me see. I just want to check out something real quick because I just got a message that yeah, Rebecca, you're asking if this could be mounted for binding. And I'm not really sure about. You know what I mean? It's sort of a freestanding thing that you would maybe put on your lap or on a tabletop while you were embroidering or doing hand sewing on a quilt or coloring with permanent fabric markers, as I showed you before. So I'm trying to show you right now the makeup of this thing. So it really is, it's 4 plastic tubes with elbow corners and then these cuffs that go over your fabric to make it taut on the frame. I don't know if me showing you how this is made is going to help answer your question, but I'm not understanding the question. So I'm having a hard time sort of picturing how this would get mounted under a table or desk. See what I'm saying? Anyway, I hope my showing you helped out a little bit. So I've given you that, and now we're going to start. We're going to do heat transfer vinyls, which is also a blast. So let me get you down here again, because the first thing we're going to do, I have a t-shirt. All right, so I have a t-shirt, which hold on. Yeah, okay. I don't see my design yet. All right, so I have a t-shirt here. Let me put that down. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you this, even though I don't particularly need it for this project, but what we have is t-shirt positioners. So I think this would come in extra handy for things like copy, but it comes in 4 sizes. So you have adult, youth, infant, and toddler. So I'm going to go ahead and use the adult one, just to kind of show you how it would be used. So it has a scalloped edge. I'm waiting for it to catch up. It has a scalloped edge here that you would put along the neckline. Okay. And now that you see that on the neckline, let me just show you a little bit better. Okay. So I'm kind of going to use it. I've already cut out, I'm going to tell you about this in a second. I've already cut out my pattern, right? And this is too low for my taste. So I'm going to go under it just to get it where I think it would look best. But see, it centers it for you, which I think is going to be very important. I think that's good. So that's it for this. Now let me talk about the vinyl. So yeah, this is really, really good if you're using copy. Comes in 4 sizes, as I said, and they are t-shirt positioners when you're using heat vinyl transfer, okay? Let me talk about the heat vinyl transfer. You get 20 sheets, assorted colors. Each sheet is 12, each sheet is 12 by 10. And wait till you see these colors, and I'm just going to explain what I'm doing. So check it out. This is, I mean, can you see this? How much fun can you have with this? You know what I mean? So wait till you see, I mean, this is my personal one, so you can see some of the some of the sheets have been cut already. Not a lot, but I've already made about 7 different t-shirts. And I've only eaten into like 2 or 3 sheets so far. So these are really good. As you can see, there is a shiny side, and a matte side. And that's because the shiny side, once it's adhered to your fabric, you peel off the shiny thing and you're good to go. So that's what's going on here. I've already cut something out, and I have the shiny side up. I'm putting a little dot in here, and the reason I'm doing this is to show you that you can use 2 different colors. You can use 2 different pieces. The only thing that you can't do in this part is overlap. And the reason you can't do that. And the reason you can't do that is because you're peeling off that clear layer. So if you overlap like that, it's going to be extremely difficult, if not impossible. You might ruin your work to peel off the clear layer when it's already ironed on under another piece like this would be. So basically, if your pieces are freestanding, then by all means, you can use as many colors or as many pieces as you want. This is heat tape. And the heat, what's really good about the heat tape is, of course, it takes the heat, but also you can keep your design adhered to your fabric exactly where you want it. So I'm just going to go over both pieces like that. So now it's kind of, the pieces are adhered to each other, but they're also adhered to my t-shirt. And the heat tape is going to take the heat and keep everything in place while I iron. So I'm going to go ahead and do maybe, you don't really need a lot of this, but if I can find the edge real quick, I'll go ahead and put one more piece on the edge. You know what I mean? Yeah, that'll be easy. So I'll do that. So I'm going to go ahead and put that on this edge over here. All right, cool, right? So we've got our heat vinyl. I've already cut out a design. We've got our heat tape. We used the t-shirt positioner. And now, I love these. Okay. Now I'm going to show you one last thing. Also, I'm going to recap and show you what I used here and tell you what the prices are for these things. But I know that a lot of you are keeping track as we go along anyway, so this is 2 sheets of non-stick ironing. Okay, they're pressing sheets, non-stick. The texture is really good. It's like Teflon. I'm not joking. This is really, really cool. I've done this with parchment paper, which was fine, but I must say I do prefer these non-stick pressing sheets. And now that I have them, I just keep them with my heat vinyl, and I only use them for that because I have ironing cloths for regular ironing and parchment for other kinds of crafts. So I don't know if you're ready for this, but I'm going to go for it, right? I'm going for it. Again, doesn't take long. I would say 15 to 20 seconds. Now, this is the whole design does not fit under the iron, so I do have to move the iron around a little bit. And I have to count Mississippi in my head. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi. Don't want to bore you, Mississippi. 6 Mississippi, 7 Mississippi, 8 Mississippi, 9 Mississippi, 10 Mississippi, 11 Mississippi, 12 Mississippi, 13 Mississippi, 14 Mississippi, 15 Mississippi. I think I'm going to leave it at that so that you can see the final design here. Yeah. Okay, so now let me show you what see that? Isn't that something? Pretty cool, right? So now I can take off, I'm going to let it cool a little bit, but as it's cooling, I'm going to go ahead and take off the heat tape. Yeah. And then I'm going to peel. Well, sorry, I have to let it cool just a little bit more. But while that's happening, let me show you a couple other we'll get back there in a second. I just want to show you a couple other designs that I think are really cool. This flower is about medium size, but look what happens if you make a really bold statement. So this is just a ghost on a black t-shirt. And this is fairly large. I mean, this is definitely about 12 inches high by probably 8 to 10 wide. But you can see how impactful this is when you go big. So there's that one. This I thought was really interesting. This is a t-shirt that I already had, right? And it's got black, gray, and orange in it. And then you see that little flower? I just added that to it. So you can actually embellish shirts that you already have and just keep playing with the design of the shirt that's there already and just add your own little touch to it. And then lastly, I think this is such a riot. I have to find it though. Where did it go? Some of you are going to know exactly what this is. Anyone know what that is? That little guy peeking out of the pocket? That's Kilroy. Kilroy was here. Very, very popular in the 70s, even though it actually stems from World War II, so the 40s. But yep, that's Kilroy. So some of you may be familiar with that little guy peeking up over walls and what have you. But I made this t-shirt and I get a lot of compliments on it. I love this little Kilroy guy. Okay, let me get back to here so I can show you a little bit about the peeling process. See, once you get started, it's actually really easy. So let me see why I can't get started. There we go. See that? So I've already done the yellow. Just finding a good peel space for the orange. There we go. There we go. See that? Pretty easy, right? And if your edges are clean, like this is a lot of little lobes, right? Because it's a flower. So I'm just being a little more cautious, I suppose, than I normally would be. But you can see, even though I'm being cautious, how relatively easy this is. Yeah. Right? Check that out. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to turn it upside down real quick. And again, I'm just going to hit it. Yeah, I'm just going to hit it on the back, just help set it. It's not really necessary, I suppose. But, you know, I guess my point is if it helps, then why not, you know? So how about that? What do you guys think? Let me just show you. Where am I? There you go. Not bad, right? Not bad. So let me tell you what we played with just now. And that is we played with the t-shirt positioner. So the t-shirt positioner in 4 different sizes. T-shirt positioner in 4 different sizes is $8.49. Then we had the vinyl, so 20 sheets of vibrant colored vinyl, all 12 by 10. That is $32.99. $32.99. And believe me, for that money, you get a lot of mileage out of it. You really, really do. And then we have the heat tape. Heat tape is $6.49. It comes in handy, and believe me, when you're pressing like that over a design that's not adhered to your shirt, chances are it could move, it could wrinkle, you could end up with folds and creases that you did not want there. And then lastly, we have the two sheets of nonstick pressing, which are $7.49. So not bad, right? I mean, we're kind of getting through this. I have 20 minutes left to show you 2 presser feet, which are really, really cool. That means I need to bring my machine up here. So we fairly recently, we did a presser foot show, and these are 2 of the presser feet that were in there that got a lot of response. Like some people had never heard of it. Some people had heard of it but never used it. Maybe they felt a little intimidated. And then they saw some fool like me actually use it. And they're like, well, I mean, if that dude can do that, I can do it too, which is the way that I feel about it. So yeah, let me get my brand new trusted machine up here. And then I'll try to arrange it so that you can see what I'm doing. Hold on. I think I'm going to try something new today. And I think that you guys might be like, wow. Wow, Fontaine is, he's trying stuff, man. Okay, I think that this is going to help. Definitely. Cool. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm showing you this beautiful mechanical marvel, which is the flower stitch foot, okay? So this gets screwed on. So what I need to do then is unscrew. Right now I have a snap-on and a low shank adapter for snap-on, right? So I'm just taking both of those things off. Actually, why don't I just show you? Yeah, see? So both of those things are now off. Right? The snap-on press foot and the adapter. So they're off. Now I'm actually going to install the flower stitch. Okay? So what I'm going to do is, you see this little arm? Okay, that is going to go over your needle, and then this little U shape right there, that goes over your shank screw. Okay, so I've got my arm going over the needle screw, and I've got that little U hugging. Where do you go? There we go. See that? Easy peasy. It's already on. Now I'm just going to screw it and tighten it. And then we're going to make some flowers, folks. I can buy myself flowers. I can sew myself flowers. I think that's a song, isn't it? Or I guess. Okay, so one thing is I want both threads coming from the top. So let me take care of that right now. Got it? Oh, I can barely see. Hold on. There we go. There we go. All right. Now, okay, so these flowers go from 1/4 inch to an inch. So there are 3 sizes, and that's why we have this dial here. So you have small, medium, and large, and you can use basically any stitch that you see fit. See where we're starting. We're starting on the smallest, so I'm going to keep my width down maybe about 3, something like that. Then I will choose, let me see what would be a lovely little, keep it relatively simple. How's that? Oh, I'll do, okay. So now that's ready to go. I'm going to show you how to adjust in a second, but let me just pull that up. Let me get my material here. Cool, I've got my material. I'm going to feed it in. Cool. Put that down. I'm going to go ahead and give it a couple manual. Yeah, just to make sure that I'm good. Looks good. Now I'm going to go ahead and make my concentric circle flower. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to increase my width. There we go. Now you'll see some action. All right, cool. Now I'm going to, that was the smallest one, right? So now I'm going to adjust it and do a larger one around this one. So basically, can you see me? Okay, so that little knob there, I'm just going to turn that. That loosens it, okay? Keep your foot down. Keep your foot down. This knob is loose, right? Now I'm going to take my fabric and the dial and just shift it. Why did that happen? Okay, so now I'm set on the largest. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and tighten that once again. I can change my stitch if I want so that the outside of the flower is different than the inside. Again, I'm going to take a couple cranks. Oh, this is going to be lovely, I think. It might be off center a bit, but that's my fault. Cool. A lot of times it is off center a little bit, but you'll understand. And like I said, that was my fault. A lot of times I go over it twice just so that the color is a little bit bolder and you see the actual stitch work a little bit more clearly. Cool. All right, so now I'm going to take that off so you can see this lovely flower, even though it's off center. I usually don't like, not being perfect, but I think once I show you some of the other stuff I'm going to show you regarding this, I think that you're going to be into it. So right now I'm going to change to a darning foot so that I can do sort of some stems, I guess. Okay, so I'm going to keep my fabric, but I am going to change to a darning foot. So let me get the screw off and then I'm going to show you the darning foot. The darning foot is traditionally, it is literally for darning. So for fixing tears and rips in socks and jeans and what have you. But it has also become, which I think is really interesting, essentially, all right, there we go. And this, my friend, is the darning foot. Do you see that? So the darning foot, I'm going to show you what darning actually is when you're fixing a tear or a rip. But as I was saying, this darning foot, which it attaches the same way as the flower stitch did. So basically, I want that cuff. There you go. See that? Yeah, now I just need to tighten it. So that little U just needs to hug your shank screw. Yeah, I'm just going to tighten that and we are good to go with that. And I think timing-wise, we're pretty good. I'll be able to tell you the pricing on these things and I'll be able to show you a little bit. Okay, I'm going to leave that as it is. Now let me see what I want to use. Okay, so I'm down. And let me see if it would be a cute one. All right, I think I have something here. Yeah. All right. So what you're going to notice is that I'm going to veer and make some curves. All right. So I'm not just doing a straight thing, and it really is me that's driving this thing right now. See that? Well, let me just clip these threads real quickly so that you can kind of get a sense of what I've done here and what the possibilities are. All right. All right, I'm going to move this aside. I'm going to put you back up here. It's so nice to have you back where you belong. All right, cool. And now look at this. So basically, right, I've done the flower and I've done a stem. Now I've done the flower, even though it's two different flowers, let's say, I use the same color and I use the same for the stem. And that was just for expedience sake. But I just kind of want to show you really quickly what it looks like when you're using, isn't that something? All the different stitches, different colors in the center of the flower. And then you can see the stems. I've used like 2 shades of green and 1 shade of yellow, and just going over with different stitches and various stitches to give it a lot of texture. But I think it's really, really fun. I mean, you can imagine what you can do. Show a close-up. Much closer than that, buddy. VJ, is that good? Norma, closer. Boom. How's that? Anyway, you can see how much fun this would be on decorative home elements, pillowcases, tote bags, whatever it is. So I think it's wonderful. Oh, and this is what I was going to tell you before. This is darning. So basically what I've done is I just used the darning foot and I made a rectangle around the tear. And then I started changing my thread color and just started going back and forth and up and down. And the reason I changed the thread color is I thought it gave it a sort of a bohemian chic vibe to it, which I kind of liked. But yeah, this is traditional darning. That's all it is. But now you can use the darning foot for free sketching or stitch sketching. So let me tell you what those things are. So the flower stitch foot, which is gorgeous, as you saw, is $14.99. And then the darning foot, oh, it's on my machine. The darning foot is $10.49. Not bad, right? So let's just, before I start to say, tell you what's going on at Madame So, why don't you take a look at what's in your cart and what the dollar amounts to, so that you'll kind of know where you're at with the free shipping, where you're at with whatever code you should be using. Hopefully you're using Live 50, you know what I mean? I mean, take advantage of it. That's what I say. So, yeah, those codes, by the way, as I mentioned before, they're all good until midnight tonight, Eastern Standard Time, and today is September 20th. So what's going on at Madame So? I'll tell you what's going on at Madame So. We have the big giveaway is nearing the end. So you have until September 29th, which is a Friday, midnight, September 29th, to enter to win a $500 fabric prize package. So that's $300 worth of fabrics. Hold on, hold on. I got to show you some of this. Oh my gosh. I'm here behind $300 worth of fabric. So it's $300 worth of fabric from waymakerfabrics.com. Check them out. They've been an incredibly generous and very supportive partner. So it's $300 worth of fabric from waymakerfabrics.com, plus over $200 of Madame So products, which brings this to a $500 prize package. You have until September 29th, midnight, Eastern Standard Time to join and to enter to win. And then the winner will be announced on Saturday, September 30th, 10 a.m. via Facebook Live. And of course, we'll post the winner everywhere else after that. But if you want to join the Facebook Live, then just look for that Saturday, 10 a.m., September 30th, and we'll announce the winner then. I can't wait. I've got a couple minutes left. What else is going on? Well, our next live shopping experience is going to be Wednesday, October 4th at noon Eastern Standard Time. And this one is called the Cutting Tools Show. So this was one of the very, very first shows that we did, and it got really phenomenal response and a lot of requests to show you and present to you our scissors, what you might use different scissors for, the rotary cutters, why you might use a large one versus a small one. It has more to do than just your hand size. Electric fabric scissors, spring action scissors, adorable classic stork scissors, all of that. Check us out on October 4th, okay, which is a Wednesday at noon Eastern Standard Time. It's going to be a good one. And then always, as always, check out MadameSew.com, man. There's daily deals. So just as soon as you get to Madame Sew, to the landing page, you'll see a tab right across the thing, and it says daily deals. Check it out. It's different every day, and they're again, really generous. And that's Madame So for you. You know, Madame So wants everyone to be happy, inspired, curious, inquisitive, comfortable, and we're here to provide you with all the tools you need to make that happen. So once again, I want to say thank Madame So for letting us use her creative space like this. I think it's very, very generous to lend this space to the community for any creative endeavor that we want. I mean, I leave here feeling inspired every single time. And then on a personal note, I thank you so much for spending time with us and with me. I'm a very lucky boy. So I hope you all have a good day. I'm going to see you in 2 weeks on the 4th. And I'll see you sooner than that if you decide to join us on the Facebook Live when we announce the winner of the big giveaway. So, yeah, I mean, good luck with your cart and with the new discount codes. I hope that works out well for you. I'm excited for you. Okay. I'll see you all later then. All right. Bye now.